Hey there, Gothamites. Welcome to another very special reaction video of the Arkham Sessions. My name is Brian Ward. Joining me, as always, is the psychologist to the superheroes, superheroines, and supervillains of Gotham City and beyond. She's Dr. Drea Letamendi. Hello, Drea.
Hi, Brian. How are you?
Doing very well. A little birdie told me that we needed to immediately pull out our computers and take a look at a trailer, and that's what we're going to do. How are you doing?
I'm good. We actually, we're going to react to this trailer, but I need to mention that there are so many things that just dropped as far as announcements for Batman and DC related products and upcoming things. You've got announcements for 3 series.
Okay. God, I thought you were going to say more like Mondo figures or more like things I was going to have to spend money on.
No, well, so there's like a Joker anime, there's a crypto series, there's an absolute Batman series coming up. So a lot of announcements just dropped. This is the trailer I cannot wait to see. I'm absolutely thrilled that Nightfall is being made into a 3-part animated movie series, but I also need to mention that this is just a cool era for us. There's so many things Batman related that are about to come out. This is also the year of Clayface. And then Batman 2 is what, the following year? So
yeah,
it's happening. There's so many things to be excited about.
Do you know what makes this even more exciting? Part 1 of the Nightfall trilogy was written by our dear friend, Jeremy Adams. We have had him on the show a couple of times. We've had him on panels a couple of times. I have known Jeremy for nigh on 25 years. Since long before he was a writer of your favorite comics and animated movies. And so I am so happy for him, so proud that this is coming out. Didn't know that it was until I saw him drop the trailer on social media. And so instantly I was like, Drea, we gotta watch this. It is a very short trailer, so it's leading me to believe that we're probably going to be looking at a teaser.
Okay.
But any Batman is good Batman as far as I'm concerned. Are you ready to take a look?
I'm so ready.
All right, let's watch Batman Nightfall.
Gotham City needs Batman.
Batman, you haven't slept since Arkham exploded 2 days ago.
2 days, okay.
His training is coming along.
We're all that stands between those inmates and the fall of Gotham.
Mr. Freeze, Scarecrow.
They say you are the greatest detective.
He is looking ragged.
Yet you did not see this coming. I intend to break you.
Then give it your best shot.
Let chaos reign in Gotham.
We have to help Batman.
Suit up.
Jean-Paul. Okay, so that's Azrael.
New look for the Dark Knight. Something else is going on out there.
Azrael.
Come get some.
Two-Face.
Okay, so we're already getting the...
What was that claw? Wait, that's it?
Yeah, so we're already getting the Azrael version of Batman in this. So so that means we are looking at... so that means we're looking at Nightfall going into a little bit of Night Quest.
Okay, so this is based off of the 3 titles that was released. Like this series comes from a really well-known legendary comic from the mid-90s, 93, 95.
It was a series of several titles that were crossover for over a year. I believe it was 93 and 94.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that, but it was over a year, 93, 94, I think. And it started with Nightfall, which was months and months and months of Bane's big master plan, and then ending in something they didn't even fully spoil
they
here.
did not show that back-breaking scene, that image that's in the front of the comic. It's that just legendary hulking Bane with this limp Batman on his knee. It's just incredible. Bane is massive, and I love seeing that. Now, in the comic, Bane is massive, and Bane is known to be fired and wired, right? With his
Venom.
I was going to say his juice. I
Yeah.
call it his juice. I think that it was something that I really like about this trailer is like it's so 90s. It's based on a 90s comic. You see kind of the stylized the Batman costume.
It does feel very much like the comic, yeah.
Yeah, you've got like the silhouette, the longer ears. The costume has a lot of accoutrements with, I don't know, at the end we saw that claw. Was that a part of Batman's costume?
Yeah, that's Azrael's, that's Batman's big gauntlet claw. And we saw him in the final shot there in his costume for that as well. That big metallic costume that Jean-Paul Vallée ended up wearing as a much more brutal Batman. Yeah, it's based on Nightfall, Night Quest, and Night's End.
Okay.
And how much of that? I know you were a Batman reader. Did you read all the Nightfall comics as they were coming out?
I didn't read all of them. I think I read the first book or the first few comics, and I'm surprised that I never finished it because the early and mid 90s, that was an era that just was so well known for producing all of these very legendary stories with Batman, and the Batman run was on fire. It was just and it was around the time that I started reading Batman comics, but I am familiar with the story, and I'm familiar that Azrael takes over, and Batman, Bruce Wayne, is recovering from this near-death experience, this incredible injury. So I know a little bit about it, but I'm wondering how close to the comic this is going to look like. And I think so far it seems pretty close to the source material.
Yeah, for all 1 minute and 9 seconds that we saw, we do see Tim Drake. And in the comic, Batman is actively pushing Tim Drake away because he's trying to protect him. Tim mentioned 2 nights. I'm wondering if that's just the beginning of the onslaught, or if that is because in the comics, Bane's master plan, the Gauntlet, takes about 3 months. And it is night after night of Batman having to go one rogues gallery member after another until it gets to a point where he has had so little sleep and he is so exhausted that he comes home to Wayne Manor and Bane is waiting for him all rested and juiced up. Uh-huh. And that is when he is able to, break the back of the bat. So I don't know if they are, look, a single tome. Yeah, I have all 3 volumes of Nightfall somewhere. I looked for them earlier before the podcast, and the only one that we've got on our shelf currently is volume 2, which is Night Quest. And they are each like that thick as a collection. So Jeremy had the unfortunate task of having to boil this down to however long this movie is. And so I imagine that they are going to wear Batman out very quickly. It wouldn't surprise me if it was a 2-night gauntlet instead of a 3-month gauntlet, just because you're going to have to get to Bane and Wayne Manor. You're also going to have to introduce properly Jean-Paul, because by this point, I don't think too many people are aware of him in the animated universe anyway. You're going to have to introduce him as the most likely and best choice to take over as Batman. Then he is going to have to get really brutal. And eventually Batman is going to have to return and reclaim the cowl from Azrael.
This first film was rated R.
Oh.
We saw some blood.
Oh, there was blood.
There was blood. I imagine there will be some language and violence, and these are topics not suitable for children. But look, the 90s, I want to say like the 70s through the 90s, comics were violent. Comics were brutal. Not all comics, but this era maybe lends itself to making a rated R version.
I mean, this was the era of like Spawn and, you know, all of those comics coming into popularity.
Absolutely.
It was a gritty, hyper realistic time in art and pretty graphic and violent.
Where you'd see interpersonal violence, you'd see sexual assault and sexual violence, you'd see topics of suicide and child abuse, you'd see drug and substance use. I can go on and on. It's a gritty time for comics. And, you know, again, it makes sense that this is rated R because we're going to see some of that being reflected. And this is a violent Batman. Like as I understand it, this is a more militarized, Azrael is a more militarized version of the Batman character.
Well, and I imagine we'll get a little bit of his backstory. He was basically born and bred to be a militarized character that he then turned away from and decided to become a hero. But anti-hero, I think, is probably a better term for it. I'm excited. It looks
excited.
Beautiful.
It looks
great.
Who
looks particularly brutal in this is Mad Hatter.
Yeah,
a very brief shot of Mad Hatter holding a couple of Mac 10s or something.
Unrecognizable almost. Like, who's that?
Yeah.
Also, Two-Face we only see for a brief moment, but Two-Face has a look to him that's very Batman the Animated Series with the kind of the bluish tone to his face. Did you notice that?
Well, I did notice that he's also behind glass, like protective glass, like bulletproof glass, like probably at a bank or something. So I don't know how much of that is discoloration from that, or if it's or if he's actually. He blew. Oh, okay.
He blew.
All right. I have a feling you've seen this trailer already. Have you seen this trailer already?
No, I just saw it just now.
It was such a quick cut. You're willing to gamble your everything, your reputation on the fact that he blew.
Yeah, I know for a fact we got things wrong already. People are going to tell us in the comments, so I'm ready for that.
Yeah, this was my first viewing of it, and it's a lot of quick cuts. Which, by the way, is appropriate because the Gauntlet is just an onslaught of just nothing but reckless abandon, track them down, beat them up, track them down, beat them up, track them down, beat them up, more and more and more. And it is brutal. Bane has the perfect plan for defeating Batman, and that is great. Let's see him take all the rogues at once.
So tire him out until he gets to Bane.
And what I like about Mad Hatter being there specifically is that Bane's plan does not simply rely on muscle failure. It's, I have got to exhaust him mentally and psychologically as well. Mad Hatter's perfect for that.
And how's the Riddler going to tire out the Batman? An excessive amount of riddles.
Bad riddles.
And, I'm sorry, I'm going to bring the science into it, that the cognitive load, so cognitive energy, if you're expending a lot of like thinking and problem solving, and imagine the kinds of workouts where you have to like memorize the different sets and the numbers, and things get certainly complicated in some in some routines. That is meant to further deepen your workouts. So the more complicated it is cognitively, the more stress it puts on your body. So that is real. So I believe you. I think some of these stressors are going to be physical and some are going to be mental. And I'm here for it. I'm excited.
Yep. Very excited. I know that there's probably things we've missed. And as we've commented before, we do not pay attention to the news ahead of time. I'm sure that there have been Deadline and Variety and CBR and all other kinds of websites that have covered a number of different things that the filmmakers have already said about this movie. We don't know it. We just want to see it. We just want it to wash over us. We don't need to know too much ahead of time.
There's one thing that we know, and that's this lives in the Matt Reeves universe. I'm just going with that. I'm going to say it.
All does, right?
I'm going to say it. And,
it all does.
You know, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. But if there's something that you're excited about us seeing specifically in this movie based on something you already know, or maybe something you know from the comics that you hope they adapt well for these films, let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, do all those things. If you liked this video, it just helps us get out there, and we really appreciate it. Until next time, I'm Brian Ward.
I'm Dr. Drea.
And together we are
the Arkham Sessions.
Okay, so I got one more thing for you to see
okay.
as a little bit of a